Today we will discuss that how to calculate the hybridization of the any molecule. For the hybridization, one can use different types of formula. The simple formula which we have studied, that hybridization is equal to 1 by 2, where B is correspond to monovalent, B correspond to number of electron present in the central atom, okay, and plus number of monovalent atom attached. Now student got confused with this number of monovalent atom attached. Monovalent atoms are those whose valency is 1. In periodic table, the monovalent atom is either hydrogen or either halogen, that is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, minus charge on cation plus charge on anion. This formula students have studied in their lower classes, but today we will calculate the hybridization by using some different formula. This method is based on valence shell pair electron repulsion theory. For example, if we are getting 3, it is correspond to sp2 hybridization. If we are getting 4, it is sp3, 5 sp3. That is, this total sum of s and p orbitals should be 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 accordingly. Okay. Now, if we want to calculate structure and hybridization, then we have to use some simple calculations. We should have the knowledge about the number of lone pair, because geometry and shape changes with the number of lone pair. For example, these are some of the molecules showing different types of hybridization. If sp hybridization, structure is linear, then lone pair should equals to 0. If lone pair equals to 1, no structure should exist. For sp2 hybridization, we all know that structure should be trigonal planar when lone pair equals to 0. If lone pair equals to 1, structure changes to either vent shape or angular shape. For sp3 hybridization, we are getting tetrahedral structure. If lone pair is equals to 1, we are getting pyramidal, and if lone pair equals to 2, we are getting V shape. For sp3d, we are getting trigonal bipyramidal geometry, and if lone pair is equals to 1, we are getting seesaw geometry, and if lone pair equals to 2, we are getting T shape, and if lone pair equals to 3, we are getting linear geometry. For sp3d2 hybridization, we are getting octahedral geometry, and if there is one lone pair, square pyramidal geometry, and there are two lone pair, square planar geometry. Similarly, for sp3d3 hybridization, we are getting pentagonal bipyramidal geometry, and if lone pair equals to 1, we are getting distorted pentagonal bipyramidal geometry. So what we have to calculate? We have to calculate in any case, that is how many number of lone pair are present, and that is what is the hybridization. For example, in water, just in water, there are 6 electrons in the valence shell of oxygen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 hydrogen are attached, so we will, these 2 hydrogen makes bond pair. So how many bond pair? 2 bond pair and 2 lone pair. Hybridization is equal to sp3 hybridization. How many lone pair are present? There are 2 lone pair. So geometry should be V shape, as we previously discussed that sp3 hybridization with 2 lone pair, hybridization should be V shape. Similarly, for ammonia, ammonia contain how many valence shell electron? That is, in nitrogen there are 5 valence shell electron, 2 to 4, and this is 5. 3 hydrogen molecule, this is bond pair, this is bond pair, and this one is also bond pair. So 1 lone pair and plus 3 bond pair, that is total equals to 4. sp3 hybridization with 1 lone pair, structure should be pyramidal, so ammonia should have pyramidal geometry. Similarly, if we go for sf4, sulfur comes below oxygen, so it should contain 6 electron, 2 to 4 and 2 6. Again, uh, fluorine is monovalent, so that is what they will make 4 bond, that is 1 2 3 4. So there are 4 bond pair, 1 lone pair, this is equals to 5, that is sp3 dehybridization with 1 lone pair, seesaw geometry. Similarly, we can discuss xenon tetrafluoride. Xenon being a noble gas contains how many electron? This contains 8 electron. Fluorine makes how many bond? That it makes 4 bond, that is 2 lone pair 4 bond pair, that corresponds to 6 sp3d hybridization, and that is with 2 lone pairs, so it should be square planar. Now if we are going to calculate hybridization of any negative ion like I3 negative, in iodine how many valence electrons? 7. One negative charge, so it contains should one extra electron. That is total iodine should have 8 electron. Now there are 2 iodine, so they will make 2 bond pair and 3 lone pair. So 5, that is sp3d hybridization, linear shape. So it should have linear shape. That is what, if there is negative charge we have to plus 1 electron, if there is positive charge we have to subtract 1 electron. For example, again if we are going to calculate hybridization of XeO2F2, since xenon contain 8 electron and there are oxygen which is divalent, as we know that oxygen makes 2 pi bond. Since pi bond are not included in hybridization, so there is no need to count these electron for hybridization. So therefore there are 1 2 3 4 4 bond pair and 1 lone pair, total equals to 5, that is equal to sp3d. Sp3d with 1 lone pair, that is having seesaw geometry. Similarly, if we want to calculate hybridization of any cation, then we have to subtract the electron, as oxygen contain 6 electron, 1 electron is subtracted, so it is 5 electron, 2 2 4 and 1 5. Now this, there are 3 hydrogen attached, this hydrogen is attached, this hydrogen is attached, and this hydrogen is also attached. So what it means, there are 3 bond pair and 1 lone pair, total equals to 4. Therefore hybridization should be sp3 with 1 lone pair, that is pyramidal geometry.